You're listening to Blue Radio, bringing the vibe.
Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. That is Aya Nakamura with Jaja playing right here on the Breakfast of Champions. And it is 10 minutes past 9 o'clock, the moment of truth, the moment you all have been waiting for. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be having guests from Alliance Française Mombasa to bring you up to speed with the Mombasa Ocean Festival. And without much further ado, I'd like to start on my farthest right. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us this morning.
The pleasure is mine.
I am Zainab and Adam. I am the coordinator of the Mombasa Ocean Festival.
Okay.
Yes.
For anyone who doesn't know, what the Mombasa Ocean Festival is, could you give us, a background or an understanding of what it is and what it offers?
Sure. So this year it will be the third edition of the Mombasa Ocean Festival. It started actually in 2021, where Alliance Française, in partnership with Mombasa County, with Technical University of Mombasa, we organized the Blue Economy Week 2021. And following this week, which was a very successful event, we have decided to put up a festival. And our main objective about protecting the ocean, sensitizing the children about the importance of preserving the environment in general and the ocean in particular. Mm-hmm. And then it was a great journey. I mean, we've partnered with many marine stakeholders, especially KEMFRI, Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute, and because we considered that, Alliance, for the past 50 years, we have a huge experience working with schools, private schools, public schools, and we consider those kids who are the one, they are the future of our planet, so they are the one to be sensitized about the importance of protecting the ocean. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
All right. As the project coordinator, what kind of initiatives or key themes are you looking forward to present, to, I would say to us as the consumers? What kind of themes are you looking forward to?
One thing, this particular festival, it's not just the D-Day on Saturday. It's been ongoing since March. A series of events all the way accumulating towards the big day, mm-hmm. which is on Saturday, 8th June. And as the director here said, we are not just targeting the kids. That's specific events, yes, but we also have programs for the teachers, programs for of course students, high school students, primary school students, grade students. We also have for the youth, we also have for the public. So this year especially we focused on art, culture, so generally cinema, theater, there's going to be music. So generally all that, how do we use all that to relay some of this information? How do we reach the most people possible? Talk about the ocean, talk about the conservation. So we've had cinema workshops with students from high school. We've had ocean literacy with teachers, so training where they get to learn about the ocean, conservation, but also how do they talk to kids? So how do you start these conversations with the young kids who are in like class 2, class 3, right? And of course, to the public, they'll come and now interact with the art. We have photography competitions going on. We have art competitions going on. So generally, I would say the key theme is everybody is involved in this conversation, not just the scientists. Anybody, artists, filmmakers, scientists, mm-hmm. teachers, students, we can all play a role in conserving the ocean and also creating awareness about it.
Especially the creatives, because they can play, we are 100% convinced that the creative can play a big role contributing environmental preservation, sensitizing the kids, education, and even innovation. Innovation comes from knowledge, and then knowledge comes from education. That's why also we work a lot with the Wildlife Clubs of Kenya. Mm-hmm. Wildlife Clubs of Kenya, they have helped us to identify which school, in each school there are like WCK patrons. Mm-hmm. Those are like teachers who are passionate about environment, and we work with them. Training, as Zainab has said, we train them, but we also invite them. We will invite them to most of the events that will take place at Alliance from the 4th to the 8th of June. Not only at Alliance, actually. Mm-hmm. At Alliance and in different venues at Studio Bella, at Swahili Pot Hub, and of course at KEMFRI.
You've talked about, the initiative starting off from 2021 to date. That is growth. I would say. What has, what are the lessons that you've picked, since then that can make sure that 2024 is going to be bigger and better?
I mean, mainly contacts. At first, I will be frank to you. I mean, Alliance Française is a language school. At first, we received the mandate to organize this Mombasa Ocean Festival. We were thinking, hey, that's not our domain of expertise. So we say like, okay, let's go, let's do it. And then we met so many amazing ocean experts that help us just find our place in this ecosystem and try to be impactful. So it started as a small festival, and then we had the support of many artists, visual artists especially, who came with brilliant ideas. And now this year it's bigger because we also have of course Chemfree as our main partner, and also it's a EU founded festival. So we have also other EU countries, France of course, but also the Italians, Germans also are coming in to make the festival even more impactful. So it's been an amazing journey. New, we've learned a lot. We're still learning a lot this year. But it's exciting, and this year we really want to target the public schools. As Zainab has said, we have started like a program where we're training the kids about making short movies on environment. Yeah. So we've been we work on it was a rainy day. We went on Yali Beach, shot a movie there. But I think it was a great memory for us, for all the kids. And then at the end, what we want is just spread this message that our ocean, we need to preserve it. I mean, I can tell you facts about the ocean. It's crazy. It's worrying and crazy, but it's. I mean, we're still hopeful. Yeah.
All right. Before we go on a break, you've talked about the importance of film and bringing in young students into this particular conversation. Yeah. This is something we've not experienced or had. I would say in my generation we didn't have this. Right. What was the inspiration to bring this on board? Okay,
so earlier on last year, we had a number of film workshops. This is Alliance with another programs in Montana, so we invested in film as well. And we were targeting, first of all, experts in the field, in the industry, film industry, and also upcoming filmmakers. And then eventually we were thinking, okay, so this is where it is at the top, but where do they come from? So we did other workshops with the university students who are studying film, because how else are they going to get practical knowledge? But then we were like, okay, but how do they choose universities? How do they choose film? You have to go lower and lower. And that's the thing. You find out that maybe a trainee will go like, oh, I have a son or a daughter who is interested in film. Can they come along? That's when you realize it doesn't start in adulthood. Film goes all the way to young kids. We have one of the schools, we had Kajembe. They even have their own. They make films with phones. So that's where it starts. So that's where it starts all the way from down there. So this time, since we were focusing on a number of activities, are focusing on kids, we were like, let's make the best of it. They can do it as well, and they did amazing. The 3 schools we had the cinema workshop with, we did a short film, did 2 short films together. So yeah, so yes.
All right. Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. If you're locking in, this is the Breakfast Vibe Show, and we are having guests from Alliance Française Mombasa, bringing us to speed on the 2024 Mombasa Ocean Festival. We are taking a short musical break, and then when we come back, we'll be bringing you some more details. More importantly, why should you bring your son, your daughter to this particular event? Good morning. Ni mtungi ya Femi One inapiga kushinda mshipi ya mzazi. Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. 9:25 in the morning. This is the trending hour right here on the Breakfast of Champions. Your captain speaking, Mala Kipto. Tracers anywhere in the world, www.blueradio.co.ke. In the building, I do have executives from Alliance Française Mombasa. And as I told you earlier, today I'll be testing my French. Bonjour.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Thank you very much. So today, on our morning chat, we're just talking about the Mombasa Ocean Festival 2024 and what it has to offer to you and yours this morning. I want us to get into the program lineup or the program roster. And what kind of events can we expect, as attendees, as as an individual, you know, when I tell my small brother or small sister, I want to take you to an interesting place, you know, what kind of activities are lined up? Would you be so kind?
Okay, I'll start with the activity that we do at school. At the school, the main activity will be a Children Meet Scientists Day at Kemfree. So this one is reserved to schools. 15 schools, public school will participate. The idea, they will meet scientists, they will visit the lab, they will visit the aquarium, they will also attend a theater performance from Jukwa Art, and also like we have also guests also coming from France, like musicians, talks about the environment. So that will be on the 4th of June. That will be reserved to schools, to public school that we have selected in partnership with Wildlife Clubs of Kenya. Then after we have the two main many other activities taking place directly in schools, but for the general public the two main events will be the opening ceremony open to all on the 5th of June. And we'll have a panel discussion on how filmmakers and photographers can contribute to environmental action. We also have amazing underwater images photography by Jahawi Bertoli. Jahawi is a photographer from Italy and from Kenya, like a world-renowned photographer. He will present his work as an underwater photographer. And also like theater, of course, theater performance, etc. That will be on the 5th of June at Alliance Française from 5 p.m. But then after other events throughout the week in schools mainly, and then the main day is 8th of June. Maybe Zainab can tell more about the Ocean Fiesta that we'll organize on the 8th of June.
Sure. Okay, so 8th of June, full day event. PS, this is targeting not just the children, the kids, this is also to the public. So you're a teenager, you're a young adult, you're an older adult, you're all welcome as well. So during the day, because we even have an evening one, during the day we have, so now this is the fiesta, we have children-friendly events. So all the way from arts to theater to film to interacting with people who conserve the ocean, to interacting with people who control like the plastic pollution. We have people like Baustaka, we have organizations like KWS, so you get to learn more about ocean creatures, the marine environment in general, but also using art. So we have painting, we have coloring for the little ones, we have puzzles, we have a puppet show, we have a number of activities, just generally sensitizing about the ocean environment, but in a fun way, as well as having organizations that actually, deal with the ocean and the marine in general, yeah? So you get so much learning, but also so much fun. That's during the day. So kids friendly, but also a little bit in the afternoon. We usually have adults coming in also, and we do have a number of activities. So we have films about the ocean. We have speakers, the guests who are going to be the one he mentioned. They're going to be there to again to interact again as well with not just artists, but also the general public. And then in the evening, we're going to have a music concert by a singer from Comoros, Malesh. And he is going to generally, again, use music to talk about these things, or just feel the music, feel the ocean through music. So he's going to come with a band, and adults, please show up in masses during the day as well, during the evening. Yes.
One of the things that is emerging from the conversation is the importance of art in education and sensitizing.
Yes.
Why is it so important to incorporate art into the message and bring the masses into the conversation using art, music, and crafts?
Okay, so having interacted with, let's say, Kemfree, right?
Yeah.
They have a lot of scientists. They have research papers, pages long reports of the research they've done, what the ocean is about, what's happening to the ocean, what can we do to make it better. But it's really hard for people to sit down and read a research paper or listen to somebody speak facts on and on and on. But it's easier for somebody to watch a short film or even a long film that's talking about the ocean, socially speaking. Everybody can get that knowledge without it being complicated, like with scientific terms. Art, not only is it fun, but it makes complex conversations almost appear simple, and now we can reach as many people as possible through art. Yeah, but would you like to add something on that?
No, it's like it's like sensitizing and at the same time getting inspiration taking pleasure watching like beautiful movie, beautiful photography. Because when you talk only about facts, yeah, it's scary. I mean, I can give you 2-3 facts about. I was just reading this morning before coming to the studio. Like 2050, we'll have more plastic in the ocean. Like plastic will outweigh the amount of fish in the ocean in 2050, like in 25 years time. WWF has also published a study that every single day we ingest 5 grams a day of microplastic.
What?
Yeah, 5 grams.
5 grams
a day. It's like a credit card. You're eating every single day.
An equivalent of a credit card.
Like the air you breathe, the water you drink, with those microplastic that you don't even see. So like 5 grams a day every day. 5 grams a day, of course. So we dispose like 800,000 plastic bottle every minute. Most of them end up where in the ocean, because the world population, 70% of the world population live like less than 50 kilometers from the ocean. You know, all the big cities like Lagos, they are located like
some distance from the oceans,
on the coast. So those bottles ends up in the ocean. So coming back to your questions, we do, like, for example, last year we do like recycled plastic art workshop. And you know, when you see we did like an amazing one of the artists, like Yona Mudibo, he collected like plastic waste thanks to waste management companies. And then he made like a huge fish out of plastic waste. If you come, you will see it. And you know, the kids say like, "Oh, that's made of plastic waste." And then and the discussion starts, and then we can tell about those crazy facts that I was just telling you about. And then now, what to do? What to do? I mean, reduce, of course, recycle the plastic waste, and then kidogo, everyone can take part of preserving the ocean, even if the situation is very dire.
I've noticed in your approach, you know, you are hands-on. You know, it's more of, you know, being present in implementing these processes. Why is it so important, you know, to be involved, you know, in, let's say now, for example, when I was there last year, you know, kids were being taken through the process of painting, you know, being there with the teacher. If it's, you know, education, you're bringing experts to, you know, talk to them about it. You've mentioned about bringing an expert who is a photographer, you know, undersea. Why is it so important to, you know, involve experts in this conversation, especially when you have, you know, young kids in the conversation?
Well, I would say learning from the best, really. So you don't want, by the time we are done experiencing such things, you actually can speak on behalf of everyone. You can speak about the ocean. You want kids to have conversations about the ocean someday, where they're doing presentation in class and they're not talking about entertainment. They're talking about entertainment, but also they're talking about preserving our environment, right? Because as I say, the future is what's going to happen after the future. We're going to spoil the earth, and then what happens, right? So these are important conversations, and the best way to get them to understand this is actually bringing in experts who really know what they're doing, who really know what they're saying, to understand this, to do this. And of course, Mombasa deserves the best, so we will do whatever we can to bring the best people involved to interact. And also, as you said, inspiration, get so many people. We had, as I mentioned, the cinema workshop. We have kids asking, how can I be involved in film? How do I want to become an artist? How do I want to become this? And learning from the expert themselves. How else do you become the best? By learning from the best. So that's what we're trying to do.
And also, I mean, we were talking about what we do with schools, but also in the festival. We're not talking too much about that today, but we also have discussion between scientists and decision makers. That's important. On the 7th of June, we'll have a very high-level roundtable discussion with experts from the UN, from Mombasa County, from Kemfree, of course. Also the presence of the ambassador of Costa Rica to Kenya. Why Ambassador Valverde? Because France and Costa Rica are organizing in 2025 the third UN conference on ocean. on ocean. So she will be there as a climate change negotiator. And the panel, the theme of the panel discussion will be strengthening the role of science and scientists in environment-related policy development and decision making. So connect scientists and decision makers at the national level, at the county level, and then so that what the scientists produce, how can we, implement it and take into consideration, how can the decision maker take into consideration at the national level, at the international level, so that we take collectively the best decision for our future. So it's also important to kids, of course, but also decision makers. That will be on the 7th of June, like we call it the Blue Talks. The Blue Talk that will be also online, streamed online. You can watch it in Alliance Française social media. This high-level conference.
Alright. Inakuwa nzuri tena sana. 36 zinakatika ndani ya saa 3 masaa ya Afrika Mashariki. Tulia nasi, tunapunga hewa, tutaregea na mengi zaidi. Waswahili wanasema mgeni njo mwenyeji apone, na leo ndani ya The Breakfast Vibe Show rather, scratch that, wenyeji wanapona. In the building with me, I do have executives from Alliance Française, and like we said, we are testing our French this morning. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
You know, interestingly enough, I have a colleague in studio who is a French speaker. Okay. And so yesterday when I told them you are coming, sat me down and told me, I don't want you to embarrass me. Please.
No, but your pronunciation is quite good. Say again.
Bonjour.
Not bad.
And they ensure that, I got it right. So
okay, so you trained the whole day yesterday.
I had to train the whole day. I had to train, yeah. Thank you very much. As we conclude, I would like to talk about partners, because we believe, no man is an island, and no journey is possible without, partners. I would like you, maybe to give them a shout out and extend your appreciation, for coming on board and supporting the initiative.
So the main partner this year, UNIC. So UNIC is the EU National Institute for Cultures. As I said before, we'll work also. The co-organizer of the festival is KEMFRI, Kenya Marine and Fisheries Research Institute. A big thank you to them. I mean, they brought all their expertise, contacts, and then thanks to them, we'll have an amazing festival. Wildlife Clubs of Kenya. I don't want to name all the partners because I will forget some, but Wildlife Clubs of Kenya, and also the hosting venues. We'll also be working with Studio Bella Bella. In Bamburi, not far from your place here. Also, we'll have a show at Swahili Pot Hub, like a puppet performance on the 8th of June, at the same time as the Ocean Fiesta, like an amazing puppet performance co-founded by the Go Blue project. And of course, Mombasa County has launched a few months ago their action, like a climate change action plan. So we were working also with the Waziri Blue Economy Environment on this festival. And I'm sure I forgot many other partners, but you will meet them, all of them, also during the Ocean Fiesta and during the festival.
All right. More importantly, as we wind up, what is that parting shot you want to leave our listeners with? More importantly, to encourage them, to show up, not only show up but show out during the event. I'll start with you.
Sure. This is going to be a day full of fun activities. We usually complain Mombasa we don't have events. Listen, we brought all events on this week, the earlier June, first week of June, all the way from the kids to the adults. We have concerts, we have fun activities, we have scientific activities, but this is just the beginning of many, film and everything. Everybody can tap into this activity and event, not just to come and have fun, but also to meet these experts, meet these musicians, create that network and everything, but also interact with other Mombasa people who are interested in the same thing. So this is also an event to make friends. But again, at the end of it all, there is no green without blue. So it's important. Our ocean is important, not just for the ocean animals, for human beings as well. So let's conserve the ocean.
All right.
So and we are based at Alliance Française. We are based in Niali. So it's a non-profit organization. And for those who have never come to Alliance Française, I encourage them to come. It's not. I mean, it's a language school at first, but you can come even if you're not learning French. But I'm sure you will. You will learn French soon with us. But you just come. You don't need to be a member. It's open. It's free. You can come with your friends, your family, sit in the beautiful garden, enjoy a drink there, or do your business meeting there. It's just open to anybody who wants to have a quiet place in Niali to just to chill out and meet some friends. So come during the festival, come after the festival. We'll be happy to welcome you.
All right. There you have it, folks. 9:49 in the morning, and this is where we get to say goodbye. But the conversation, the events, the enjoyment, the fun and laughter doesn't stop here. In fact, it's just getting started. See you soon, and see you at the Mombasa Ocean Festival 2024. Yes. How do you say goodbye in French?
There are many ways, like in Swahili. You can say au revoir. That's a formal way to say au revoir. Just repeat.
Au revoir.
Not bad.
All right. Thank you very much. They say a man should learn something every day. At least I've learned something today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be hitting you with this one right here by Brita LW. It's called Deadly. And then when you do come back, we'll be getting into our final segment for the day. Good morning.